Hi there, this is Tarun Gill from Tarun Gill Fitness, answering your fitness related queries. So what I do is, with this channel, I take up all your questions which could be related to health, fitness, supplementation, and I try to answer those questions in the most simplified manner which I possibly can. So I've been asked this question a lot of late about training. What kind of training plan should I follow? Is there a specific training plan for weight loss? Is there a specific training plan for muscle gain? Of course, there's a plan for everything. But what I see, it could be, when I go to the gym, or when I train with kids in school, or when I'm training people in college, or people who are working professionals, they typically don't have a goal. And I kind of, when I ask them, hey, what exactly are you trying to do with your body? They give me vague answers like, hey, for me, it's just about general well-being. So my question to them is, if it's general well-being, so it's got to do something with some health benefits. Are you trying to bring down your blood sugar levels? Are you trying to control your diabetes? Again, those are numbers there. Are you trying to control your blood pressure? Again, those are numbers there. So you've got to put in some numbers there, numbers which you can actually measure. Similarly, if your goal is weight loss, there it's easy. So you're trying to bring your weight from X to Y. It kind of, again, simplifies it. You know what your goal is, where your target is, and what your destination, how you're going to achieve there. Similarly for muscle gain as well, how much muscle you want to add on your body. Now ask yourself, and I use this term a lot, ask yourself, when you approach your career or when you approach anything in life, you got to have a plan. But when it comes to fitness, we usually don't have a plan. We just wake up, we realize one day that we've put on weight. Hey, now time to lose that weight. But do we actually plan a certain methodology where we can actually lose that weight, or we can actually plan that muscle growth? 99.9% chances are you will not. You just go with the flow. There are days when you want to work out, there are days when you don't want to work out. So in this video, I want to talk about that plan. You should have a plan when it comes to training, and that plan is called periodization. It's like periodization. It's a tongue twister for me, but I'm sure you get it. It's the way you organize your training plan. Now, when you organize your training plan, you need to understand one thing about your goal, which is, what am I trying to do with my body? What am I trying to achieve? Is it weight loss? Is it muscle gain? What exactly it is? So you need to pen it down for yourself, not for anyone else, but for yourself. So that, when you look back at it, you can actually see some needle movement, whether you make some gains or whether, the results have been stagnant. It's for you to understand. And that goal, if you're working professionals, you must have heard this term a lot, SMART goals. It could be specific, measurable, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go through this, it. Something that you can actually measure. You've got to have SMART goals for your training too. Now, how to approach that? Now, like the way you have, a business plan, when you think of doing something of your own, there's a plan, there's a business plan for it. Similarly, for your training, it's called a macrocycle, which is what the entire training cycle looks like. For example, when you create a business plan, you create projections for next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Similarly, in training, it's called a microcycle. In that macrocycle, could be anywhere between 6 months to 1 year, depending on your goal. It cannot be for 3 months. You got to have it, give yourself at least 6 months to 1 year for you to get those results out of that cycle. Now, after that microcycle, you need to understand how will it pan out, what exactly you would be doing in those 6 months to 1 year. That's called a mesocycle. In that mesocycle, you're going to have phases. Now those phases could be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on your goal, depending on your conditioning. So for example, I'm going to give you an example. So the first 3 months, So let's say you want to focus on conditioning, you want to focus on hypertrophy, you want to focus on muscle growth. After 3 months, you want to focus more on strength, you want to focus more on adding more weights onto your body, so that you get some more out of your muscles, so that you give that extra explosive strength to it. Next 3 months you want to focus on functional training, because you've gone through those 6 months of training. Now you want to bring in some variation to it. It could be around flexibility, it could be around functional training, it could be around endurance training. These are the 9 months. Now the next level, the nitty gritty of it, is a microcycle. Now that microcycle could be between that 1 week to 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Like for example, in those 3 months, let's say we're focusing on muscle growth. There are days or there are body parts, like say for example chest, where you focus more on heavy weight, high intensity. In a microcycle, you would want to supplement that with a low intensity. For example, on a Monday, you have a very high explosive, high intensity workout. You do this from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, depending on your training split. The week after that is all about low intensity. You cut down the weight and you focus more on repetition. So what you do in this way is you keep changing your workout here and there, so that you keep the body guessing. Body works only on shock therapy. Whether it's food, whether it's training, whatever, you got to do different things for body to react. If you keep doing the same thing every day, you can't. If you have dal every day, you'll get bored, right? Your body will not get anything out of it. You'll get bored, and what will be the result? You'll stop eating. Similarly, if you do the same exercise every day, what will be the result? You'll get bored and you'll probably quit. That is exactly what happens why gym across the globe are having problems with retaining their customers. Boredom. So this is exactly how you want to plan your training cycles. For A, to keep it interesting, 2, engaging, 3, something which you can actually measure and which will make your workout interesting and you can look forward to every day. So you must try this and do let me know how it goes. All the best.